collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Welcome to your Timeless Chakra Reading. I am your reader for the moment, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. They are my initials. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 different books with a 3rd one on the way. The first one is called Spell Ingredients, the second one is called Words of Grace. Words of Grace does have a Kindle version available, so I put a link in the description box so you can preview it for free, including the table of contents, which is mostly divided into chakra chapters. For a chakra reading, it may indeed be helpful. The original version, however, of Words of Grace, which we had to really edit down visually to make it all fit on Kindle, is in my digital shop on patreon.com/Drawing the Circle, as well as my first book, Spell Ingredients. The 3rd one will be on there eventually in our digital shop. Our digital shop has ebooks. We've got audios, we've got videos. The audios and videos have free previews. Anybody can check those out. Some of my subscribers get those ebooks, audios, and videos as part of their subscription package, but my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. Number 1, a daily check-in. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream like pretty much every single morning. Did it this morning. It was great. We chat with each other about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a spiritual practice of some kind to send us on our way. And you can probably imagine it's the best way for me to start the day considering what I do 24/7, 365 as a professional witch. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my extended readings are timeless, as well as relationship stuff oriented, as well as they get a significant discount when they book me for a private session. We will talk about that at the end of the reading if you want more info. You can follow for free. You can 7-day free trial. Anyone can check out what's going on in the shop. So if you feel so drawn, if you feel so called, or maybe you're just a little bored, go click the link and check it out and come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, that you can just call Mal. Hey, my beloved aqua lungs, my aquariums. I love you all so much. Just got off the phone with an Aquarian sister of mine, not biological, but soul sister. So kind of prepared to do this reading today. So we'll do some explanation for the new Aquarians and cross watchers, and we will then get into the divination. Feel free to jump ahead if you like. Welcome, new Aquarians and cross watchers. We're doing what's called a 5-card draw. 1 card from 5 different decks to get you info on your 8 chakras, from the 8th over your head all the way down to the root chakra, as well as some others here to help you come into alignment. These are healing readings, but general, and cross-watcher readings as well. So it can be physical healing, mental healing, emotional, physical, spiritual, financial, relational. And that's the great thing about a general read, is you get to put together the pieces of the puzzle from the clues, tips, and hints that come through. So we're going to start with a Caroline Myss archetype. That's M-Y-S-S, the PhD, author of many books, but 2 of which might be influential and helpful for a reading like this. The first one's called Anatomy of the Spirit. Unbelievable. It works with chakras and all of that. The second one is called Sacred Contracts by Myss, and these are her archetype cards based on that work. For what's going on in your 8th chakra, we'll talk about that. The next 4 chakras down, the crown, the 3rd eye, the throat, and the heart, the internal, feminine, goddess energy, whatever you want to call it, the world behind your eyes. We will be using the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, a feminist goddess deck. For the masculine energy of the lower 3 chakras, the yang dynamic, call it what you like, solar plexus, sacrum, and root chakra, we will be using 1 card from the Mythic Tarot, which is one of my favorites. Looking from the outside at yourself, you from the inside, looking out at people, places, and things, that you have relationships in the world. And because it is a cross-watcher reading, there is often mirroring going on, meaning that it's both. That will take care of the chakras from 8th to root. And then we will get a Whisper of Love from the Whispers of Love Oracle by Angela Hartfield. Consecrated this deck to the higher selves of all involved, just not the Aquarians and the cross-watchers, but anybody else's higher self that may be involved in that as well. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra. Now, I say it in all the air signs. I have Venus and Libra. Air signs have an edge with mantras and affirmations and all that kind of stuff. Prayers, meditations, because it's element of air predominantly in the mind. And like I said, these are healing readings, so a little mantra goes a long way. And there is our explanation. Let's get into the divination. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. And I promise superheroes. I will do everything within my power to help anybody heal. Because of quantum unity, as one of us heals, all of us heal a little bit or a lot of bit. So Aquarians, for me, are the superheroes of the zodiac. And so your personal healing does contribute to a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life for yourself in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, but also for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world for all of life. And that's all of life, not just the humans. So let's get into it. The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point. Breathe along if you like, feet on the floor. Here we go. Please take a nice deep breath. Glad to explain, but this is the good part. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Pantheons of the Divine One card, in clarity, please, for the Aquarian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their crosswatchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. What is the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra? Acting like a satellite, sending down the codes to all the other chakras underneath it, shifting what they attract and what they repel, so that they have the opportunity to no longer delay what cannot be prevented, alchemizing their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting them from toxicity to health and fear to love for this timeless chakra reading. That took a while. Ooh, the pioneer, very Aquarian, a creative family archetype. There are 9 different groups or families. Written on the card is a shadow attribute at the bottom and a light attribute on the top. I call this lead and this gold. On the periodic table, there are 3 atoms here, ATOMS, that cannot go here. Those atoms cannot be created or destroyed, only changed, transformed, forgiven, released, healed. I just say alchemized. So, you're gonna love this. I've dated a crap ton of Aquarians. The shadow attribute, compulsive need to keep moving on. If some of those men are watching, they're like, yeah. The light attribute, passion for doing and creating what has never been done before. It sounds like the freaks of the zodiac to me, and come on, man, you guys are ruled by Uranus. You take that as you want. It's true, though. Can't get in trouble for speaking the truth, can we? So look, the pioneer is great. It's different than an explorer. I mean, you can explore anything. You can explore, I don't know, Asian cuisine, right? Regardless. Eat it, learn how to make it and all that stuff, but it's been done, right? But a pioneer is going where no incarnate being has gone before. That's about as gender neutral as I think we can get. Incarnate being. So this is lovely. And yeah, man, I have so many Aquarian friends who are like, screw the norm, I'm not a lemming, and they go off on their own doing their thing. But it is a creative family archetype. So if you're an artist of any kind, even a technical artist, very, very powerful. A lot of people don't realize how artistic they are and how their creativity is really a part of who they are, just because they're not in the fine or performing arts, right? So let's look at the next 4 chakras down with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Feet on the floor. Mal, stay grounded. This feels good. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses override. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it. So let it be done. My beloved goddesses, 1 card in clarity for the Aquarians and their cross-watchers. What's going on? Heart, third eye, crown, internal, yin-internal, feminine energy dynamic to assist them in alchemizing the pioneer in the 8th. For this timeless read, the trickster. Who got this? Oh, Capricorn got this. The reading before this one that I did yesterday. And you saw how long I shuffled. So in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, because it is a feminine deck, it doesn't really do all that much of patriarchal archetypal stuff. So what she did, Fiona Morgan, brilliant artist and author that she is took the card of the devil and split it into 2 cards. This is one of them, the Coyote Woman, the trickster, right? The other one is oppression, which has come up in many of the readings, just not this time so much. So when it's a major arcana card in a chakra reading like this, I did a lot of these readings at a wedding I worked at last weekend because people were coming with really general stuff. I'm like, well, let's look at your chakras, right? So this can indicate shadow work. This can indicate, right, really looking at and dealing with the heart, third eye, crown fears that we have, because our fears are written in before we ever draw breath in this life, right? We sign up for these contracts, and it's a hero's journey down here. So of course you're going to have to do your shadow work, even if you like Joseph Campbell, right? The hero's journey, right? He puts 12 pieces of the cyclic hero's journey, and part of it is descent into the underworld, but that ain't hell. That's into the personal subconscious and the collective unconscious. So really pay attention to what's called your creative intuition. Heart, third eye, crown, working together. That's what major arcana means for me in a reading like this. They're all working in unison so that you can, absolutely be authentic about what you're feeling in your heart, make empowering choices, see truth. There's always a higher truth, and then really bring spirit and the inspiration to all of that for your creativity. That's great. I like it. All right. I mean, nothing to be afraid of with the coyote. Roadrunner certainly didn't seem to be too scared of wily coyote, super genius. So let's see what's going on. Outside in, inside out, lower 3 chakras. Please take a nice deep breath. Hi. Still point. My God's override. Place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, 1 card in clarity for the Aquarians and their cross watchers. What's going on? Lower 3 chakras, outside in, inside out. Relationships in the physical world, masculine, yang dynamic to assist them in alchemizing the pioneer in the 8th with the trickster on the inner for this timeless chakra read. Ooh, the devil! All right, so look, there may very well be some limitations placed on you. By the way, because it's a cross-watcher read, you may not have the pioneer archetype reason, season, or lifetime, but someone else might be. So for me, major arcanas, aside from being, all 3 chakras working together in this instance, there are places in our lives. Like, I was in a good place, I was in a bad place, I was in a tricky place, confined, chained by chains of pain, limitation, abuse, neglect, codependence, loss, right? The things of the physical world that are scary. Sure, they're scary. Not knowing what's going to happen next on this planet can be really, really scary. But it is what has brought people to blaze new paths, right? To find new ways, and ways of healing, ways of thinking, ways of communicating, right? New technologies, both, spiritual, emotional, mental, spiritual, physical, and literal, right? So, there's some fear to be faced here, and that's okay. I don't know. I mean, anybody who's on a healing path and not dealing with fear, what are they doing, right? Well, how do I get that gig, right? I mean, the Dalai Lama, right? There's a handful maybe who don't have that, but I will always do my best to heal, and I let myself feel the fear and do it anyway. Jan Polinsky, right? I've worked in so many bookstores, so none of this is new. All of the heroes on heroes' journeys have to confront the shadow. It's in Star Wars. It's a never-ending story, right? Even Dorothy of Oz has to face the Wicked Witch, which is her shadow self, her shadow power. So, there's such good stuff coming out of this for you to do what's never been done before, but you have to admit, That's terrifying, right? To do what's never been done before. Trust me, I've been in an S corporation for almost 26 years as a professional witch. It hasn't been easy, but it has been fulfilling. Lovely. All the chakras are on the table here from 8 to root. So let's ask the higher selves of all involved what the whisper of love is to help you do this. Really, both feet on the floor. This is an interesting read. Doesn't feel horrible, though. Still point. Higher selves override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved higher selves of all involved, fifth dimension above, eighth chakra and above, what is the whisper of love, the piece of information, inspiration, and insight needed for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross watchers to, do the best that they can here to alchemize the pioneer in the eighth, trickster on the inner, devil on the outer for this timeless chakra reading. Take a chance on love. It's almost an ABBA song. Took the pronoun out. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. All right, let's take a bit of this for a second. I am both a student and a teacher, of course, of A Course in Miracles for decades. And in the introduction, it says the opposite of love is fear, but that which is all-encompassing can truly have no opposite. So just as shadow is an absence of light, shadow is not a thing unto itself, right? It's an absence of light. So fear is the absence of love. So take a chance on love, loving yourself. Like, for instance, just one example, inner child work, right? Talking to your heart and these emotions, of fear, like they're a child, right? You don't say, snap the hell out of it, although that's what I was raised with. Everybody treats others the way they were treated subconsciously until they heal and know better, right? That's the journey in and of itself. That's why every villain thinks they're a hero, right? Because they're, doing it. That's the ego in control. So when we start to love, our lives are changed forever. And that is true because love conquers all. True love conquers all. True love heals all wounds. True love cancels all curses, breaks all curses, ancestral, meaning we inherited them from our upline, genetically, societal, past life, and otherwise. So who ain't got fear, right? Why even Ken Wapnick, one of the best teachers of A Course in Miracles that there ever was, right at the beginning when the book came out, has said in many of his books and in his videos, you can find them on YouTube, rest his soul, he crossed a while ago, fear is not a sin. It's okay. It's written in. I've been watching a lot of near-death experience videos on YouTube because they keep hucking them at me left, right, and center, and they all say the same thing. Once you get out of the body, the fear is kind of gone, right? Mileage may vary on that. They're really fascinating, and they all essentially say the same thing, that when you pop out of the body, there ain't nothing but love and respect for what you have been through. Yes, you have to life review usually, but then, sometimes they send you back. Sometimes you have a choice. I just don't want to have to come back as a baby again, right? Go through grade school and all of that. I'm going to leave it on the dance floor. So, of course, facing fear is part of the healing journey, the spiritual journey. It doesn't matter what this pertains to that the pioneering is going on. This could be pioneering a new type of relationship in the world, right? A healthier, wealthier, wiser one. So this is lovely. This is really, really great. I mean, not easy, but, simple. Need not imply easy. Oh, love yourself. Oh, thanks. 2 words, right? And it's not a once and done. It's more like brushing your teeth twice a day. So our last card down, as I said, is the Matt Kahn healing mantra. And remember, air signs have an edge with this stuff. That's why I'm really glad I have Venus conjunct Mercury in Libra in my 3rd house. Leo rising. Could you tell? Please take a nice deep breath. Last card down. Still point. Ascended Masters Override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, one card in clarity, please, the perfect and precise healing mantra to assist the Aquarians and their cross-watchers in alchemizing the pioneer in the eighth, trickster on the inner, the devil on the outer, taking a chance on love, very throat chakra, the choice to take that chance for this timeless chakra reading. Grounding my energy. You realize we're talking to air signs, right? Grounding my energy. It is safe to be in my body. I have chanted that rocking back and forth. It's like, they work if you work them. So this is a bookie book reading. There's only one where I read from the little itty bitty bookie book. Matt Kahn is such a genius. I highly recommend his channel, Matt Kahn All for Love on YouTube. He has saved my ass so many times. Haven't met him yet. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But if I do, it would be quite the honor. All right, where are we? Grounding my energy. It is safe to be in my body. And yes, it's safe to be in my body. It's safe to be in my body, right? Little by little. When your energy is grounded, you're no longer wrestling with the pain of the past. Might be them chains of the devil there, so to speak, or chasing after potential future outcomes. As a pioneer, that would make sense. You dare to demonstrate your very best attributes and qualities, no matter how you are perceived or received by others. Aquarians, freaks of the zodiac, usually don't care, right? But this way it's really about caring and feeling safe before you step out your front door or post or whatever. With your energy grounded, your mind can relax as your body becomes a more enjoyable environment to inhabit. Who don't want that? I want that. I'm getting there. Every day is a winding road. We get a little bit closer. Wisdom of the Crow, Cheryl. This mantra is ideal for replacing compulsive thoughts. Every Aquarian, please pick up the courtesy telephone. Releasing addictive behavior. The devil card right there. Chains of pain and repetition. And finding stability. Lovely. I love that we got that earth element in there. But really, no minor arcana cards here, no court cards here. This feels like a solo gig. And what I love about all of my Aquarian friends is when they go into healing, they just don't pull back. They pull back and they go up. They try and see the larger picture, and most of the times they do, which would what? Inspire them to do what has never been done before, or in the words of this card here, create, right? To create what has never been done before. Genius, absolutely genius. And, Mr. Spock was definitely an Aquarian. Live long and prosper. It's Mr. Spock, not Dr. Spock. One was on a starship. One helped people have babies. So I never know what's going to happen the moment I hit record on the HD camera across from me here. What's going to happen? I certainly don't know what's going to happen in this next part, which is called a blessimation. If you're new to my work, a combination of the word blessing and summation. Came up with it over on Patreon and is stuck in my third eye forevermore. So let's see what happens one last time, at least for this reading. Please take a nice deep breath. Here we go. Still point. May we end as we began. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need to embrace their passion for doing something and creating something that has never been done before, and dealing with the shadow, the fear, the inherited stuff, the stuff they've picked up along the road in this life and possibly others, so that they can really break these chains of fear that bind them. The wounds of abuse, neglect, codependence, and loss, the 4 ego wounds of which we all have a little sampling or a lot of sampling of, so that they can get what they need to take a chance on love, because when they start to love, their lives are changed forever, and love is the core and the truth of who we are. All of that other stuff is just layered on top of it like a well-written character in a story free because they can ground their energy, because it's safe for them to be in their body. And may they be blessed with all that they need to prosper, to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to take the hero's journey for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world for all of us. And that's just so Justice League of America or wherever, for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. So it is, and let's face it, Superman's a little Aquarian, up and away. If you found this reading helpful, a little clue, a little tip, a little hit a little hint, hit the like button, the thumbs up. It helps other Aquarians and cross-watchers in this case find the reading should they need it. Want more of me here on YouTube? Subscribe, because I'm not gonna stop doing this anytime soon. I'm having a lot of fun. I've been doing it for years and years now. So this is a wonderful way for my creativity to go out into the world and do what I came to do in this life, so maybe I can reincarnate somewhere else. You know, Aquarians, you're ruled by Uranus, and I hear Uranus is just lovely this time of year. I love that joke. I will never give that up, unfortunately, for all of us. And certainly, if you want the deeper dive, come Patreon on Patreon. I mean, really, they are getting the unedited, unvarnished Mal every morning in those daily check-ins. I love that they have access to all of those timeless readings that I've done for years and years and years, the part 2s to the part 1s, and I love it when one of them books me for a private session. We will talk about that in a minute. And it's great, right? You can shop in the store, 7-day free trial. You can follow for free, putting out more and more content specifically for the free followers, but of course the patrons get to see that too. You can shop in the store, audios, videos, previews, all that stuff. So check the link, check it out, and come Patreon on Patreon. Because I am the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can just call me Mal, and I will never take myself so very seriously, because I love meeting people where they are at, and a little goofy with your mysticism does go a long way. And certainly if you would like to book me for a private session, I made a video last year when I was living in Holbrook, Long Island, had no idea I'd be living up in Saratoga Springs, where I am right now, and that video is called Booking Private Sessions with Mal for our 25th anniversary. We're about to be 26 years, May 1st, 2024. I explained how I read, why I read, how it works, what I charge, why I charge it, the Patreon discount. But now I'm doing readings at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs. I made a separate video for that, but I gotta make a new one to put all that together. I even have an office downstairs where I am taking private clients, but I got to get to know the people first. I've got cats, you know, ain't nobody gonna know. I'm a Virgo. Ain't nobody getting into my house unless it really, really feels right to do so, but I'm happy to serve. So the majority of the work that I do is on video reads. However, once somebody books me, right before the reading, I send them a Zoom link. So they come in to my Zoom platform. We record the whole thing so they don't have to take notes or memorize anything. At the end of the reading, or spiritual counseling, I do that for both. I send them a link so they can download it to their devices. They tell me they downloaded it, and I delete it from the cloud so nobody has it but them. Like, that's so important. Like, confidentiality is so key, and I have had my vows of confidentiality for a long time because my confidences have been betrayed by other people for so many times. So like a superhero, I fucking grew from it and made sure that my accountability, right, my ethics and my integrity is there. Still waiting for my application from Justice League Dark, by the way. And the most important thing that I say in that video up there is that I have never turned anybody away because of lack of finances. I charge a lot, but I've been doing this since I'm 12 years old. I'm 55. Yeah, I know, look at things. You're like, I'm worth it. I'm worth every bit of it, and I'm fun on top of it. So where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a witch, so there's a way. Even if the conversation ends up being pay it forward when you have the money to somebody else, or give a service in exchange for that, as long as we have that conversation, I will do that. But ain't nothing going on but the rent. Got to have a J-O-B. Because we got bills to pay, we got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free, at least not yet. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, watch the video. It makes me laugh. So even when I make the new one, I'll keep it up just because it makes my mother laugh, and making her laugh is one of my favorite things to do on planet Earth. And certainly it is a true pleasure to serve everyone, but particularly my Aquarians. Some of y'all, if you're watching and you know who you are, you've really been there when I needed you, sort of swooping in, helping, and swooping back out. So I love you. And look, we all get the devil cards sooner or later. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong, but that might be the fear. And it ain't true. It just looks true. False evidence appearing real, blah, blah, blah. So thank you so much for watching. I love your guts, all of you. Up, up, and away. I believe in you. You've got this. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.